1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million could-be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction, presents
X minus 1.
tonight's story, Hello Tomorrow. After the third atomic war, when the Earth was a mass of red radioactive dust, a handful of men and women went deep underground in the struggle for survival. A new civilization was built deep underground, a civilization which must keep a ceaseless vigil against the deadly gamma rays which filter down through the Earth. A civilization where the prime consideration is the genetic survival of the race. It is to this civilization in the year of our Lord, 4195, that we take you now.
Yes.
Have a call from the director of the emotional stability. Hello, darling.
Hello, dear. How is the director of emotional stability? My, how impressive that sounds.
Don't tell me there. You'll never know.
Sorry. How are you? You sound tired.
Oh, we've had some bad cases. The frantic mother, the resistant spotting their feelings of children. I suspect it's chromosomes affected by gamma ray being the head of the psychotechnical glandular. But that isn't where I go.
What is it?
Genetic board has approved our application for marriage.
So soon?
Our chromosomes test perfect. Marry anytime we want. This is know that our offspring is 90 percentile of the
I know.
happy about it.
Of course. Terribly happy.
I'm coming right over to the lab.
You have to give me some time.
What's the trouble?
No trouble. You know that genetic survey I've been working on?
What about it?
Well, I've finally gotten permission to study an actual living case, a specimen of imperfect genetic transmission.
Really?
They're bringing him, or it, up from the condemned cases on the lower level.
Well, yes.
There's nothing to be afraid of. The specimen is XJ12. It's been studied before many times and is quite well trained. Oh, there's my door signal. I'll have to hang up, darling. See you later. Yes?
Professor Burton,
Yes.
nothing phylogenic institute.
Oh, you brought my specimen?
May I come in?
By all means. Oh,
Horrible. Gentlemen, I happen to have a twisted leg. My parents were genetically insane.
but you...
Yes, I was 2 o'clock.
I see.
I hope you aren't shocked.
No stable person permits feelings to enter into this work. I will admit to surprise. I was expecting something a little more abnormal.
Well, I try to be as abnormal as possible. It pays off. The Phylogenic Institute allows me out of the genetic pages ever so often, so I can breathe the pure air of the upper levels and mingle with the genetically expensive.
You seem quite well educated.
I spent the first years of my life here in the upper levels.
How is that possible?
As a small child, my mother concealed me from the director. My mother actually, thank the word, loved me.
That would explain your obviously low threshold of emotional control.
Well, we seem to be struggling to repress a few feelings yourself.
We will confine ourselves to the impersonal aspects of our work. I shall require you as a demonstration for a lecture I'm giving to one of my classes tomorrow.
Certainly.
Sit here, please. Grip these electrodes tightly. I'm going to calibrate your electrochemical tension.
I'm quite familiar with the procedure. I realize that as an imperfect, I am expendable, but I hope to electrocute.
The charge is not legal. Plus 15 surface tension.
You know, you have beautiful things.
Plus 12 at a depth of 4 centimeters. My hair meets minimal requirements for the genetic code.
Lovely blue eyes. Crystal clear.
Plus 10 at 7 centimeters.
Pretty, but perfect beauty. Lovely expressive hands. Oh. And a heart of stone. Like all the rest of you. Perfect survival type.
Shut up.
Did you see you do have feeling?
It's nothing, dear. This is a specimen.
You, specimen. Tell this goes who I am, Willis.
This is the Director of Emotional Stability for the 3rd Operating. You will address him as Mr. Director.
Mr. Bennett.
The creature seems quite impertinent.
He's only a specimen, darling.
Well, use him and get him back to the cages. Probably radioactive.
Attention, attention. The next demonstration will be conducted by Professor Lois Burton of the Institute of Genetics. Her topic, the probability of radioactive damage in the chromosome heredity of imperfect non-survival types. Professor Burton.
As you know, most imperfects are destroyed at birth. However, those who for one reason or another manage to survive are segregated in cages on the lower level for study purposes. The specimen we have today has been trained to tell in his own words about the factors in his upbringing. You will have to forgive his immature emotional control process. He is, as you can see, quite different. Specimen XJ12. You will proceed, please.
Thank you. My mother was a psychotechnician in Fort Province. My father was an historian specializing in the records of pre-atomic surface particles. In the earthquake of 2170, apparently some hard radiation filtered down through the tunnels and penetrated the fifth floor. The effect on my hereditary factors is quite apparent in this twisted leg. My father taught me in the last days before he was executed that every human personality is born with certain inalienable natural rights. The rights to have feelings, the right to mature, and above all, the right to be different from every other living organism. Because it cannot be otherwise, I submit to you, distinguished students. The attempt by this society to abridge these rights is a violation of nature. I submit that the imperfect, the mutants, those who are different, have as much right to exist and be free as you. When I say break open the cage,
Stop him!
give us back the right to be individuals.
Stop him!
No!
That's the people. Professor Burton, take this specimen back to your laboratory and keep trying it.
So still, will I vanish your head. We'll be all right.
I suppose you detest me when I'm in trouble.
I don't detest you.
What?
I don't know why, but as you spoke, something began to stir in me.
Tell me what you think. If I move you, then I must have moved the others, some of them at least.
For some reason, I could cry when I saw them, seeing you stand up against them. Why do you look at me like that?
I can't help it.
I wish you wouldn't. You're only an imperfect, you know. Please,
My name is Orange.
please,
Say it. Orange.
Orrin,
Again.
Orrin.
Lois.
Mm-hmm.
Lois.
custody.
Walter,
I've been listening for some time.
Walter, how could you?
In my capacity as Director of Emotional Stability, it is my duty.
What are you going to do?
Specimen XJ12 will be disposed of quite systematically by the state. For the good of the state, for the good of the genetic code, and in the name of emotional stability.
Walter, I have to talk to you.
Go right ahead.
Walter, you mustn't destroy him.
The specimen? Why not?
He's emotionally unstable. You have to expect irrational behavior.
Aren't you forgetting something, my dear? That you were responding in much the same way. Or have you forgotten? You see, I'm having him liquidated for your sake. He has an upsetting effect on you.
Then send me back to the cages. But don't kill him.
You speak of destroying an inferior creature as if it was something unethical.
Walter, please, for my sake.
I understand that you have entered a plea for postponement of marriage at the record.
Yes. I was too upset to go through with it.
It came as a great disappointment to you.
I'm sorry.
I was hoping that, linked to a stable personality such as mine, you might settle down. If you were married to me, I might even be persuaded to send him back to the cages instead of having him destroyed.
If I refuse?
Twice as you wish.
Perhaps you're right. I suppose I ought to be rational about this. After all, he's an imperfect.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
When can we be married?
Tomorrow, if you like.
The sooner the better.
Let me talk to the custodian, please. Hello. This is the Director of Emotional Stability for the 3rd Oblong. I would like you to cancel the execution of specimen XJ12. Turn him over to be remanded permanently to the genetic cages. You'd better go. I'll pick you up in, say, an hour, and we'll make plans. All right?
Yes, of course.
Hello. This is the Director of Emotional Stability again. I want you to cancel that last order. Proceed with the execution, but under conditions of absolute secrecy. No, don't use the lethal gas. Take him through the upper level to the tunnel. Yes. Yes, I'll issue a pass for the radiation technique.
Into the elevator.
Very well.
Why are we going toward the surface? Cages are on the lower level.
Radiation check.
I've never done that before.
New procedure. Walk.
Halt. Can't go beyond this point. There's radioactivity in the tunnel.
I have a pass from the Director of Emotional Stability to the 3rd Oblong. Special mission.
I'll open the area.
March inside. Turn around.
This is how they get rid of the infection. Before you dispose of him,
Yes?
Help! Security! Security!
What's happened?
The prisoner struck me. He escaped into the tunnel.
He won't last long.
Then you'll go after him.
We could send a robot, but it isn't worth the trouble. There's no way back from the tunnels except through here. The only other direction he can go is toward the surface. And the closer he gets, the hotter the radiation. I think you can consider your prisoner officially dead.
More wine?
No, thank you, Walter.
You look very beautiful, my dear. Very beautiful.
Thank you.
The wedding will be a small affair. The director of endocrine control, the chief of the security guard.
Walter,
Yes?
was he returned to the cages?
Why must you spoil it?
Was he, Walter?
Well, as a matter of fact, there was a little difficulty.
Difficulty.
Yes, you see, XJ-12 escaped.
How? Where?
Struck a guard and ran off into the tunnel.
The tunnel. But that's sure death.
He's free to return anytime he chooses. Don't become upset, darling.
You planned it, didn't you, Walter?
Stability, darling, stability.
Stability, stability. Here's what I think of stability.
Halt. State your business.
I'm Professor Burton of the Genetic Institute.
You can't go into the tunnels, Professor.
You'll have to let me by. I'm the fiancée of the Director of Emotional Stability.
I suppose you're after the one who escaped?
Yes,
He's quite dangerous, I understand.
I'm well armed.
Wouldn't it be better to send a robot?
I'm quite capable of handling him. He was my subject.
All right, Nick. At your risk. Checkpoint.
The Director of Emotional Stability.
Yes, sir.
Professor Burton tries to pass the checkpoint. I want her taken into custody.
Professor Burton just passed her. She
You
said...
idiot!
But, sir, she said
I
that she
don't
had...
care what you said. Stop her. And robot after her. Get up back.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Robot control. Checkpoint to robot control. Order out all televocal robots into the tunnel. Have them bring back any human. This is a first priority order.
Oren! 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 Oren, where are you? Oren! Oren! It's Lois!
Over here.
Oh, darling, darling.
I'm sorry to come here. It's
I
suicide.
had to, darling. You're all right.
So far.
You've got to come back. Give yourself up.
They'll kill
You
me.
can't stay here. The radiation is +4 at this point. It gets worse as you approach the surface.
Lois, darling, go back.
What will you do?
I'm going
But you can't.
I can. I'm going to the surface.
It's certain death. Not even the robots can survive it.
At least I'll be the first human in 1,100 years to see what the surface of the Earth looks like.
Come back with me.
No, Lois.
Then I'm going with you.
Lois.
Don't try to stop me, darling. There's nothing to about you now. Nothing but Walter and emotional stability.
You really want to come with me?
Yes.
You know what it means.
I don't care.
My mother used to believe there was a life after this. A place called heaven.
We'll believe it too.
No, Lois, I can't let you go.
Oren, I love you. I know how to say it now. Oren, I love you.
What's that?
It's Andy. Oren, it's a robot patrol. They're looking for us.
All right, come on. This way.
Oren, wait.
It can't be much farther,
The
darling.
robots. They're coming. I can see their lights now.
Listen, it's dark.
The lights are swinging around. Oh, they see us.
Come on. Look, Lois, look ahead. You can see the lights reflecting from something.
It looks like a lead door.
Come on through. Oh, there must be some way to close it. Oh, it's here.
Let me help.
No, they won't get through that. Solid lead.
Oren, what does this mean? Where are we?
I don't know.
Look, up there. A huge round light.
Lois.
Yes, Oren.
Lois, that's Luna. The moon. We're on the surface.
And red everything looks. How it glows.
It's the radioactivity.
And peaceful. And deadly.
Sit there.
Rest of you.
Put your arm around me. I'm afraid. I'm gonna die.
Don't think about this. Just think about yourself. Alone. The first human to stand on the surface of Earth in 1100 years. That door must have been placed there by the last handful of survivors who went underground after the atomic war.
My brother life was known, and it was dark. And I'm so tired.
Go to sleep, Ellen. Put your head on my shoulder and sleep.
Hold me, Mom. Hold me very close. Oren. Oren, wake up.
What?
Look, it's light. The whole universe is light. Oh, Oren, how beautiful. Look.
This must be the heaven my mother talked about.
See the plants? All green and fresh. And the birds. Any birds.
Lois, this isn't heaven.
You must be dead, Oren. It could be dead, the radiation.
By all the laws of nature, yes.
By
Yet
all the laws of nature, Oren. Oren, we're not dead. This is Earth, and we're alive. We're not going to die.
But there's the radiation that's present. You can see it, the effect.
Oren, did you ever hear of geotropism?
I'm not a
There is
genetic.
a natural law of adaptation by which an organism will try to adjust itself to its environment by changing. It's called geotropism, don't you see?
No.
All these generations we've been bombarded by radiation filtering down through the air. Each successive generation must have inherited some degree of immunity.
But-
Oren, it can't hurt us. Don't you see? We're immune. We're probably the first generation to inherit sufficient immunity.
If that's true, then we can transmit that immunity. We can pass it along to our children.
Someday to their children. Come on. You'll have to find food and water.
It's not the time. Wait a minute.
What are you doing with that ring?
I want to stop something on the outside of this red door.
Lois and Owen.
4195 AD.
Hello, tomorrow.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was an NBC Radio Network production.